Hi. I think we're live na, no?
Yeah.
So yeah, yeah. So thank you, Juna. So guys, thank you so much for coming here today or tonight or an oras na ba sa inyo. So as you know, Candice and I are discussing a topic called mindset shift. So we would like to introduce ourselves, pero i-introduce namin yung self namin mamaya sa slide. But for context, I'm Margaret, and this is
I'm
Candice.
Candice.
Yeah. So without any further ado, guys, didiretso kami sa aming slide decks. Okay? uh, uh, nakikita na ba?
Yes.
All right.
Mhm.
So, yes, as I've said, our topic for today is mindset shift. What makes you successful as a Filipino freelancer? So, first order of business, guys. We would like to thank Milna and her team for having us here and creating this wonderful community. So, we're very grateful that she invited us to speak to you guys. And of course, thank you to all the Freelancing Society PH members here and this group. We're really thankful dito sa group na to because you guys are really cool. So thank you for the opportunity to share to you our experiences and what we have learned so that it may help you fast track your freelancing business. So as I've said, we're going to introduce ourselves because we are very sure na most of you hindi kilala kung sino kami. So para hindi naman kayo magulat kung sino kami, so we will introduce ourselves. So Candice?
Hello, everyone. My name is Candice. I am one of the co-creators of Article and Design and its specialized unit A&D Creative Lab. I also co-host a podcast. It's Super Freelancers PH, and I handle the design part of the business.
Yeah. So as I said, I'm Margaret, and I am an A&D creator, co-creator, and I also co-host a weekly podcast called Super Freelancer Speech. And I am a digital marketing strategist, and I handle the marketing part of the business. So Candice handles the design, and ako yung sa marketing. So yeah. Hello, yun kami. So Candice and I both met in law school. And then we became friends, and now we are business partners. And then we became free in freelancing and creative entrepreneurship, which we're going to tell you a quick backstory about us. So as I've said, so quick story time tayo guys, So parang chismis tayo konti. So why Candice and I are great believers of having the right mindset to be successful. So bakit naniniwala talaga kami dito? Because it changed our lives massively. So, as I've said, quick backstory para to put the context, bakit it helped us massively. So, 2009, we both went to law school. So, pumunta kami ng law school, sabay kami. So, magkaklase kami ni Candice. So, we became friends, and along with our other two friends, nagkaroon kami ng close friends. So, apat kami, and we call ourselves super friends. Ganun. So, nung nasa law school kami, we're very excited, of course, diba? It's very interesting. Pero alam mo yung deep within us, alam namin na may something wrong, diba? And we felt lost along the way. So to put the context, guys, why we felt lost. Long story short, kasi masyado mahabang story, no? So long story short, our parents wanted us to become lawyers. So I've mentioned our parents. Right? So we are not sure if it is what we really want. Diba? Kasi it's a common Asian expectation, diba? You're only deemed successful if you're either a lawyer, a doctor, engineer, so on and so forth, mga ganon. So, yung pagpasok namin ng law school, because we're expected, na dapat ganun dapat yung gagawin namin sa life namin. So it wasn't our own parang decision, our own volition. So 2011 was a U-turn kasi in my case, I quit law school. Okay, noong 2011 because I felt so lost talaga. Feeling ko talaga hindi siya talaga para sa akin. Kasi in the middle of law school, in between law school, actually, na-start ko na find out yung freelancing content. So parang nagsa-start na ako na magsulat, maging writer, mga ganon. So parang I felt so lost. So I quit law school in 2011. I went to Malaysia to get a full-time job. Tapos, ayaw yun ng parents ko. Diba? Kasi gusto nga nila maging lawyers kami. So, ayaw ng parents ko. Pero naging pushy talaga ako nung time na yon. Because I wanted to be alone. I wanted to find myself, guys. Diba pag bata ka pa, hindi mo talaga alam ano yung direction mo. Ganon. So, parang you wanted to find yourself. Though my parents are against this, yun nga, pinush ko talaga. But it turned out, my parents was right. Diba? That same year, bumalik ako sa Pilipinas because I felt like hindi din yun para sa akin, yung work na yun. In 2012 and 2013, Candice still continued the law school. So, si Candice nag-law school pa rin siya. And, pero ako, I went back to freelancing na until I created yung digital marketing agency yung Article and Design. So, that 2012 and 2014 is very formative sa akin for my freelancing career kasi that was the time na I shifted my mindset to what I am visualizing myself to be. So sinabi ko sa sarili ko, I want to be the boss of me. Ayoko na i-please ko yung ibang tao sa expectation nila sa akin. I wanted to change my mindset na kaya ko gawin kung ano yung gusto kong gawin. Hindi ko gusto yung nangyayari sa akin ngayon, then I have the ability to change my reality. So that was 2012 and 2013. And then, I told Candice, sabi ko sa kanya, Candice, I am going full-time na sa freelancing business. So sabi niya sa akin, no, she can't do full-time. Part-time pa rin daw siya. Kasi nga, nasa law school pa rin siya. And 2014, 2016, guys, is actually grimmer years for us, ni Candice. So one of the things that we also share, it's not only our business, but it's also both of our parents, Candice's father, and then yung mother ko, actually both died from heart complications. So yung father ni Candice died 2014, then yung akin is 2015. So these are tough times. Then going back, fast forward 2017 to 2019. So Candice is still doing on and off na freelancing eh. So kasi sabi nga nila, pag passion mo talaga, parang hindi mo daw talaga maiiwasan, diba? Ganon. So, and I myself I'm continuing with the agency, yung digital marketing agency. So, until yung last quarter ng 2019, Candice finally decided to shift her mindset. Okay? And sabi niya sa sarili na she will do what she really wanted to do. And she will stick to who really she is. And then she told me, Margaret, sabi niya, I remember that one messenger she sent me, and it was a very sobrang saya ng feeling ko noon na sinabi niya sa akin, I'm going full-time now with freelancing business. So fast forward, guys, from 2009 to today, that was 11 years. So obviously, yung edad namin na paghahalata, we created the A&D Creative Lab. So aside from the our digital marketing agency, we now have the Creative Lab, which is a lab for online courses made for Filipino freelancers. And we also host a weekly podcast called Super Freelancers PH. And now we're here. So that's why I said, Candice and I are great believers of having to shift your mindset para maging successful ka. It changed our life massively. And to you guys, we will share to you paano namin ginawa yan. All right. So just a disclaimer, since our topic is about mindset, it tackles some psychology aspects. So just a disclaimer, we are not doctors or psychologists or psychiatrists. Probably we were once a patient. We are discussing this as a freelancer based on our personal experiences and from our friends too and sa team namin sa Article and Design. So if you have a deeper problem, guys, if you think your problem is deeper than mindset shift, please seek professional help. All right. So in this live webinar, you're going to learn two things: the why and how of having the right mindset. So, number one, why is it important to have a mindset shift if you want to be successful in freelancing? So, this topic, which I'm going to discuss this. And then the how, Candice will discuss this topic: how to have a clear mindset and goals to be successful. So, as I've mentioned earlier, it massively changed our lives. So, we followed this two steps. So, I have a question, guys, and you can answer this by yes or no lang. You can leave in the comments if you're watching this live or even on replay. Or actually, sa sarili nyo lang, isipin nyo. Deeply think about this. Are you happy with where you are right now? Think of this. Sa freelancing business nyo to ha, wala kaming, hindi namin kayo ma-advise sa mga love life nyo. So, are you happy with where you are right now? Okay, just answer yes or no. All right. So, if you are not happy or maybe you want more, we will answer this at the last part. Okay. But right now, just tell yourself yes or no. All right. So, this is Candice, guys. Siya to. So, obviously, nakikita niyo sa picture, nung nag-work pa siya ng full-time job niya sa Manila, hindi siya masaya. Diba? Hindi siya masaya. Pero ngayon, if makikita niyo siya, sobrang saya na niya. Diba? Ayun. Because she has shifted her mindset. So first, let's discuss the why. Yung bakit. Okay? Bakit importante na kailangan natin i-shift yung mindset natin? So why is it important to have a mindset shift if you want to be successful in freelancing? There are two things. So first, our brain affects our reality. Okay? Our brains are programmed to rapidly form beliefs based on what we see and hear around us. Diba? So kung ano yung nakikita natin and naririnig natin, yun yung pinaniniwalaan ng brain natin. Okay? So, once we form the belief, we naturally assume it is the truth na. Okay? More often than that. So, our brains are like lawyers, guys. So, ano bang ginagawa ng lawyers? Ang ginagawa ng lawyers is actually dinedefend nila yung mga kliyente nila, diba? To the best of their ability. So, naghahanap sila ng mga evidence regardless yung client nila is guilty ba or hindi. Pero ang defend nila lagi is to make the client look innocent. Okay? Excuse me. So, ang nangyayari sa brain natin, our cognitive brains are like cognitive lawyers. Kung ano yung pinaniniwalaan natin na reality, nagkakaroon ng confirmation bias na yun lagi yung sinasabi natin sa sarili natin. So, for example, if you believe you're not good enough, then you're indeed not good enough, sabi ng brain mo. Diba? If sabi mo sa sarili mo, hindi ko kaya maging freelancer, then yun ang sinasabi din ng sarili mo. I mean, ng brain mo. Alright? So, our brain affects our reality. Okay? Parang dinidictate niya. So, your brain shouldn't act like lawyers, guys. Okay? Sorry sa mga lawyers. Diba? So, kaya nga, di ba, umalis kami ng law school, obviously. Diba? So, you have to shift that mindset, guys. So, you have to make a paradigm shift. Okay? So, a paradigm shift is equals your mindset shift. Okay? So, you need to have that shift. So, what is a paradigm shift? It occurs when one paradigm loses its influence and another one takes over. So, kung iniisip mo kanina, I am not good enough, then palitan mo siya ng I am good enough. Alright? So, ayan. So, baka isipin ng iba dito, guys, na ano ba yan? Parang crazy. Parang woo-woo. Parang mga law of attraction yung sinasabi namin. Well, partly, pwede siyang law of attraction, but actually, hindi lang namin sinasabi yung why. Sasabihin namin mamaya yung how. So, there's a science to that. Diba? Kasi ituturo namin sa inyo paano. So, let's go back. So, as I've said, if your thoughts can make you sick, it also means, guys, that it can also make you well. Diba? So, you are what you think. Because if you look good, parang yung sinasabi nila, di ba? If you look good, I'm sorry. If you look good, feel good, sabi nila, di ba, you will do good. Okay? So, if your thoughts can make you sick, it can also make you well. So, if you get that mindset shift, papalitan mo siya ng maganda, then andun ka na sa well. All right? It will help you. So, next, guys, is how our brain affects our reality is yung inferiority complex. Okay? This is very common sa Filipinos na napansin ko. Guys, we have to stop having an inferiority complex. Okay? Ano yung inferiority complex? It is a feeling of inadequacy. Diba? Yung parang feeling mo hindi tayo enough. Hindi tayo karapat-dapat. Then, hindi tayo pwede maging successful freelancer. Hindi ako pwede maging six-figure earner. Kasi nga, ganito lang ako, ganyan lang ako. Yung mga ganon. So, yung feeling of inadequacy. So, there's a lot of factors that triggers this complex. Okay? So, we can't explain this very well kasi hindi naman kami doctor. But, according to the books, what triggers this? Actually, marami eh. One is, it can be because during our childhood, probably yung parang sinasabihan tayo ng parents natin na kahit hindi naman talaga totoo, parang sinasabihin niya tayo na, wala kang kwenta. Wala kang kwentang bata ka, mag-aral ka nga na mabuti. Yung mga ganon. So, yung formative years mo, nagkakaroon siya ng effect sa'yo eh. Diba? Kung laging sinasabi na wala kang kwenta, so, iniisip mo na wala kang kwenta. Okay? Or, in some cases, probably you think you're not adequate because you always got the lowest grade amongst your siblings. Parang feeling mo ikaw yung parang hindi matalino. And the list goes on and on. Okay? So, ang daming reason paano magkaroon ng inferiority complex. But guys, you have to know that this is an unhealthy mindset. Okay? If hindi ka man aware na nagkakaroon ka ng inferiority complex, probably it is in the form of imposter syndrome. Yung parang feeling mo may self-doubt ka, kahit kaya mo naman. You have to change that. You have to change that mindset. Because once again, our brain affects our reality. Okay? You need to train your brain and yourself that you can get better. All right? So that's the why. Bakit importante na magkaroon tayo ng mindset shift? So, number 2, okay, hindi pa pala. So, ganito. You have to visualize this. This one is your current self. The next, this is your desired self. Okay? So, yung line dito sa middle, the gap here, is what you think about yourself and what you're going to do about it. Okay? So, we have two scenarios here, according to this graph. So, tingnan nyo itong graph, ha? This is your current self, and this is your desired self sa taas. So, the gap here is ano yung iniisip mo sa sarili mo, which is your mindset, and ano yung gagawin mo about it. So, first scenario. Sinabi mo na I am only worth $2 per hour. So, mangyayari sa'yo, you get clients paying you $2 per hour. Kasi, yun ang iniisip mo eh. Diba? Yun ang iniisip mo sa sarili mo. And yun na ang ginagawa mo. Hindi ka nag-charge ng $30 per hour kasi nga, you are worth $2 per hour. Sinabi mo sa sarili mo. But let's try to shift that one. We have another scenario. Paano kung ganito? Paano kung sinabi mo na I am worth $50 per hour? So what will happen is you get clients paying you $50 per hour. Kasi nga, yung gap here is what you think about yourself and what you are going to do about it. Okay? So that's why, guys, clarity is very important. Kailangan may clear vision ka. Okay? Kasi clarity equals power. Alright? So, the number 2 why is bakit importante yung mindset natin? Because your BS, it is not the BS that you think, no? Your BS, your belief system is important. Okay? So, ano yung BS, guys? Ano yung belief system? This belief system is a set of principles or tenets that which you believe in. Kung ano yung pininiwalaan mo. Okay? So, importante yun eh. To dictate kung magiging successful ka or hindi. So, freelancers can be their own worst enemies eh. Diba? tayo ang pinakakalaban natin talaga sarili natin eh. Kasi nagsiself-doubt tayo lagi, di ba? So, marami tayong belief system na stories that we tell ourselves na to define our personal sense of reality. So, parang sinasabi natin na, yun nga, sabi ko kanina, if you think you can never get past $2 per hour because other people are better than you, then yun talaga yung pininiwalaan mo. Yun yung system ng sarili mo. So, you have to do some cleaning up and pruning what and how you think. Okay? So, pruning, di ba? You have to kailangan mo i-filter. Okay? You have to take out, ano yung, kunwari sa tanim, yung mga patay na, tatanggalin mo yun eh, yung leaves niya na namamatay na, yung yellow. So, you have to prune how you think, guys. And you have to answer this question, what is holding you back? Okay? Ano ba yung nagpipigil sa'yo? Bakit hindi ka maka-move on way past $2 per hour? Okay? So you have to prune how you think. Next is you have to unlearn and learn new things. Okay? So, for example, you have a lack mentality. So you need to unlearn that. So yung lacking mentality mo is hindi na okay na, hindi na ako hindi talaga ako magiging makakakuha ng high paying premium clients. Like yung tulad ng tinutur ni Milna, di ba? So hindi ko kaya yun. Hindi ako magiging adequate for that. So you have to unlearn that. Okay? You have to tell yourself, no, this is not my belief system. My belief system is I will have an abundant mentality. Okay? So you have to learn, you have to unlearn yung parang old mentality mo na yun and learn the abundant mentality. Okay? Yung may abundance ng clients. May clients na pwede ka pa rin bayaran ng $30, $50 per hour or per project basis. Diba? So, ito naman, worst case scenario, guys, if your mind is so contrived with negative thoughts, because ang daming failures, ang daming disappointments, for example, nag-try ka mag-LinkedIn strategy, tapos hindi ka nakakuha talaga ng kliyente, parang 1 month, 2 months na, or even a year. So, ang daming mga failures na, alam mo, nag-compound na siya sa'yo. It's time to lose that mind and create a new one. Okay? So, you need to lose all of the things that is holding you back and create a new self, a new belief system. All right? So, there's a lot of belief system that we gathered. Actually, ito internally sa team namin to eh. So, before, since we started the digital agency, these are the limiting belief system that we gathered. And then we created an answer to that on how to shift your mindset. So, for example, my laptop is 10 years old. So, ito yung limiting beliefs mo. Na sabi mo na, hindi ko kaya. hindi ako magiging successful kasi ang tanda na ng laptop ko. Diba? I mean, so you have to shift your mindset to, I will use what I have and make it a goal to buy a new one. Okay? So, funny story, guys. When I started yung freelancing ko, I'm actually using a very old laptop. Yung laptop ko pa nung college ako. And it was Intel Celeron pa ng Windows. So, if you don't know what is Intel Celeron nung time na yon, Intel Celeron yung pinakamabagal na computer or na laptop. So, nagtiyaga lang ako. And then, pinili ko din naman, hindi naman ako nag-video editing. Diba? So, pinili ko yung ano yung mag-work sa akin. I'm sorry. Ano yung mag-work sa akin na freelancing, which is yung writing. So, sapat na siya dun sa Intel Celeron ko na laptop. Okay? And then, after that, bumili na ako ng Mac. Alright? So, another limiting belief, guys, is I can't be a great virtual assistant because I'm not good in English. So, you have to shift your mindset into, I have the ability to improve myself if I take action now. Okay? So, another one, this is very, very common. I am a Filipino. I live in a developing country. So, you have to shift that mindset into, Filipinos are globally competitive. Be location independent. Sabi nga ni Milna, diba? Guys, if you wanted to expound more sa pagiging location independent, ask Milna. So, Filipinos are globally competitive. Okay? So, shift that mindset. into I live in a developing country, then Filipino lang ako, hindi ko first language ang English. No, Filipinos are globally competitive. Okay? Next is, I don't have enough money and my parents are poor too. So shift that mindset into, I can make myself and my family rich. Diba? So, umiba siya talaga, diba? Next is, I can't charge that much. They won't hire me if mag-charge ako ng ganun kalaki, diba? So what you're going to say, I am worth $30, $50, $100, $1,000 per hour. It depends on you. And I can provide value to the client. Okay? And last, guys, last sample, being a freelancer isn't secure. Very common to, diba? Very common to, especially sa mga non-freelancers. Yung parang sasabihin nila na, ayoko maging freelancer kasi hindi naman secure eh. Gusto ko pa rin dito sa full-time job ko. But you know what? In reality, yung security ng full-time job mo is after 30 days notice eh. Diba? Pag ginawa ka ng redundant, diba? Pag pinatanggal ka na ng boss mo, pinalis ka na, 30 days lang yung security mo eh. Diba? I mean, so you have to shift your mindset into, I have the freedom to work on many projects, giving me different income sources. Okay? So guys, ganun. If you have this limiting belief, gumawa ka ng mindset shift mo. Okay? And you tell that to yourself. All right. So comment down below and we'll try to create a mindset shift to that. So comment down below, guys, kung ano yung mga limiting beliefs nyo, ano yung mga struggles nyo right now in shifting your mindset, and then we will try to create a mindset shift to that. All right? So note, mindset and visualization itself is useless. Okay? So kung nagkaroon ka din ng mindset shift and visualization itself, useless yun kung walang action. Okay, so it is useless if you don't take consistent action. That's why, sabi nga namin kanina, there are two important things how to shift your mindset. The why and the how. Okay, so let's go to the how, guys. So Candice will take over.
Okay, so hello everyone. Good evening. So my name is Candice, and I will discuss to you the second part of the mindset shift. So how to have a clear mindset and goals to be successful as a freelancer. So number one is you need to discover your superpowers. And you don't have to look elsewhere because you already have it within you. And you have to remember that each of us has our own superpowers. So what you're going to do is you just have to turn it on and release the Kraken. Okay. So the first part of the second part of the mindset shift is to determine your diagram of purpose and existence. So I'm going to open up and talk about how to find your superpowers using DOPE. So instead of segregating the things that you like, the things that make you money, we're going to try to figure out a way to combine all those things to make you a super powerful and unique freelancer. So it may sound like it's a very difficult task, but I'm going to try to make it easier for you. So in this part of the mindset shift, if you want lang naman, pwede kayo magsulat. So if you have a pen and paper with you, you can write down kasi this is going to be a really good exercise to find out your superpowers. Okay, so diagram of purpose and existence. So in this diagram, I'm going to give you 4 prompts or aspects to give you guide in finding your superpowers. So number 1 is your profession. So what can you be paid for? What are you good at? Or what are you trained to do, or what is your trade? So think about yung mga experiences mo that you already have in making money, and how can you use what you already know to serve other people? And the next is your passion, or what do you love to do? What gives you joy, or what do you do just for fun when nobody's watching, and you can just do those things and lose sense of time over when you spend hours doing it. Or in other words, ano yung hobbies mo? So you just have to be aware kung ano yung mga things that would make you spark, that ignites when you talk about something that you're really passionate about. So you think about what lights you up when that particular topic comes up. And then third is your vocation. So what are you good at? So what do your friends come to you for advice about? So it can be anything. There is no limit. So it could be about relationships or how to train pets or paano ba ako maging seller sa Shopee or Lazada or how can I be good at speaking in English or how could I improve my writing? So the possibility are limitless and endless. So you just have to think about what you're really good at and then combine it with what you love and what the world needs. Okay, so lastly is your mission. So what does the world need? What services can you offer and how do you improve the human condition? So pwede kang maghanap kahit sa locality mo lang kung ano yung mga missing na services and paano mo ma-fill up yung mga missing services para you can serve other people. And then another way to look at your to finding your superpowers is to start with your why or your bucket list. So Margaret already mentioned the comprehensive part of the mindset shift is to know your why. So it's just very simple. You just ask yourself, why are you doing this? What is your purpose why you're doing this? So what is your cause? Why do you get out of bed every morning? And why should anyone care about what you want to do? So your why doesn't have to be just one why. So you can have your own list. So ito yung bucket list. So gumawa ka ng sarili mong bucket list. So bakit mo to ginagawa? Bakit mo gusto mag-freelancing? And ano yung gusto mong ma-achieve in this lifetime? So try to reflect sa lahat ng mga bakit mo ngayon. Tapos isulat mo lang lahat ng maisip mo. Because your bucket list will serve as a purpose to remind you of your limitless potential and to remind you daily of your purpose. Next is another way of discovering your true skills is to create your own skill sheet. So this will help you brainstorm your passion, skills, and fears. So, ang isulat mo lang is kung ano ba yung mga bagay na you are really passionate about. And ano yung mga skills mo. And ano yung mga potential na mga bagay na you can do so that you can teach people, help other people, or create or offer a service to your potential clients. And of course, isulat mo din kung ano yung mga fears mo. By then, if masusulat mo na lahat ng mga fears mo, you will find out eventually kung paano mo ma-overcome yun. So, gagawin mo lang is you create a 3-column na, the one in your screens, and then you just do a brain dump. Just write down at least 10 to 20 for each column, and then there is no limit. Just write everything that you want to write, and you can just do this after the webinar or anytime that you want to start. Because through this diagram, this will really encourage you to try to map out everything. So at the end of the day, you're going to recognize kung ano ba talaga yung passion mo, ano yung skills mo, and how you're going to overcome all those fears. But if you think you are still stuck, so what you can do is actually ask your family and friends the following. So what are your top 3 best skills, top 3 worst skills, and your unique ability that you can be relied upon? Ano yung mga skills na feeling mo or you really believe in yourself na you could really do that? Na other people, especially your family and friends, could really recognize na, this is the work of my friend, or this is the work of my daughter. So you can even ask your parents what you love doing as a child, because usually we are our own harshest critique. And sometimes other people could really see the potential in us. So just ask your family, ask your friends, and ask your colleagues, or just ask anyone in your life, and they can help you unleash what your skills are. And lastly, write your unfair advantage. So just ask yourself this very simple question: what is your unfair advantage? You can even just write parang one sentence or even just one word. Just write one thing that makes you stand out. And then you hone this and then develop this, as this will be your edge when you put yourself out there in the market. And do not tell yourself that you don't really have an unfair advantage, because each of us has this unique superpower or unique unfair advantage that your any other competitors can't really offer that service or skill. So if you want to answer the workbook, you can download the Finding Your Superpowers workbook at resources.articleanddesign.com. And this worksheet could actually really help you to find your superpowers and discover your true skills. Okay. So in summary, shift your mindset and visualize your best case scenario or your desired self. So just always remember that our limiting beliefs are actually just lies that we tell ourselves. So whenever we tell ourselves that we can't do something, these words are just poison. So bakit ka magtitake or inom ng poison if you know you yourself, you're not going to benefit from it? And then have a clear goal by finding your superpowers and who you really are. Find out your unfair advantage. And don't just plan and manifest. Take consistent action and implement it. And then trust the process, because you are exactly where you need to be. Otherwise, you will be elsewhere. And always believe that you are worthy.
So
okay. Okay, so lastly, over the next few days, months, or years, you will see and hear things that will blow you away, that will disappoint you, that will discourage you, and you think that your goals are unattainable and completely out of reach. But always remember that the journey of 1,000 miles always begins with one step. See. So that's it.
So yeah, guys. So that's the how. So medyo ano siya eh. Yung why is actually you're priming your brain to think, and then yung how niya is actually you need to do the dirty works. You need to do some worksheet and finding your superpowers. Kasi how can you be successful sa freelancing kung hindi mo talaga alam, 'di ba? Ano yung skill mo? So we will leave you a mindset formula which we used sa amin and sa aming team sa Article and Design. And then yung tinuturo din namin sa mga friends namin. So right mindset, guys, plus developing your superpowers equals confidence. Okay? So you have to have the right mindset, and then develop mo yung superpowers mo, and then you will become confident. Okay? And then confidence plus taking consistent action. Please take note, the operative word here is consistent. Okay? Pwede kasi mag-take ka ng action once lang eh. Diba? Or once a month, twice a month. You have to be consistent. Okay? Confidence plus taking consistent action equals excellence. So remember that, a mindset formula. Okay? If you have the right mindset, you will go to the excellency. All right? So remember yung question namin kanina, if you're happy with where you are right now. So we just asked if you can just answer it with yes or no. So if you said yes, guys, congratulations. Woo. You need to take care of that mindset and continue to take consistent action. Okay. But for those of you who said no, you can actually change your reality. Okay, you got this, guys. So just follow our 2 steps, the why and the how. And if you don't like where you are right now, you can just change it. Change your reality. So that what happened to us, to me and Candice. We didn't like what we were before, so law school. Then we stood our ground. We changed our reality, and we're happy. I mean, right now we're happy, diba? So, how did our journey from being lost students, to being free in freelancing change our lives? Paano nga, Candice?
So it was when we finally decided to shift our mindset and stick to who we really are. We discovered our superpowers by knowing what makes us tick, what are our strengths, our weaknesses, what we love doing, and what we really stand for. So we always say this, that just ask yourself if you don't like what you're doing. So don't you think it's already time to let go? So just stand back, discover who you really are, and stick to it. So if you don't like what and where you are right now, you have the ability to change it, because this is your life, this is your story, and you are your own creator.
Yeah. So yeah, just to put the context, guys, discussion ngayon. So it is not just our woo-woo thing. Apart from we experience it, we have our resources from Hearts and Minds by Joe Dispenza, which is who is a neuroscientist, and Start With Why by Simon Sinek. If you know this book, this is very popular. And Ikigai, we adapted our DOPE, diagram of purpose and existence, from the concept ng Ikigai, which is a Japanese concept. So supplemental videos, guys. As I've said in the first slides, Candice and I are really obsessed, kumbaga, or we are really great believers in mindset shift, and how you can help yourself to become successful by actually priming your brain to be successful. So we've discussed a lot of topics about this, guys, on our podcast. So supplemental videos or audio, if you wanted to listen more, the 5 C's of transformation. So it is a season 1, episode 4 of our podcast, Mindset of a Successful Freelancer. It is also season 1 and episode 3, and how to overcome imposter syndrome and self-doubt. It is also discussed in season 1, episode 8. So yeah. If you wanted to know more about shifting your mindset, you can actually watch or listen to those podcast episodes that we already discussed. So yeah, thank you for your time, guys. Hindi ko kayo nakikita. Wala ako nakikita kasi ako yung nag-handle ng slide. But thank you for your time to those who listened ngayon sa live, or for anybody na mag-watch it as a replay. Thank you for taking time to watch our series, our topic. And have fun in freelancing, and rest assured, guys, that whatever you're struggling right now, we appreciate you and you're doing good. And yun nga, thank you for Milna and her team for inviting us here. And I think if my question kayo, and we're ready to answer, if wala naman, lagay nyo lang sa comment down below, and we will try. We are also a member of this group, so we will try to answer if may mga questions kayo. So yeah.
Yeah. So may isang nag-question that his limiting belief is that I always fear the unknown. So yung advice ko lang is, I think all of us really have this fear of unknown, because we really just want to control the outcome, or we just really want to control whatever it is that's going to happen with our lives today or tomorrow or sa future or sa near future. But you just have to remember that it takes a lot of energy if you are so attached to having control of what's going to happen to your life. So what you can do is actually just surrender and let go of all those unhealthy attachments, like your attachment to power or to knowledge or to other material things, and just remember to strip off your ego and just start serving people. So that's my advice for Kyle. So maybe Margaret can also share her mindset.
The fear of the unknown, in my experience kasi, I also have that fear. Yung fear of unknown, guys, is actually anxiety. Okay? That is anxiety. So, ganyan din ako dati, Kyle. Tama, Candice? Kyle? Hindi ko kasi nakikita eh. So, ganyan din ako dati, Kyle, because when I've mentioned in our introduction, I lost my mom, diba? Last 2015, namatay yung nanay ko, and it was a really, really, grabe yung grief ko kasi nga we're very close. Ganon. And, so, nagkaroon ako ng fear ng unknown. So, ang ginawa ko nun, of course, I sought professional help kasi nga nagkakaroon ako ng anxiety. So, yung fear ko is, sabi ng doctor ko, is, yung fear of the unknown is actually anxiety daw. So, what you're going to do is actually, you have to find the cause of your fear. Ano ba yung cause ng fear mo? So, first, hanapin mo yun. Like, for example, yung sa akin, yung cause ng fear ko kasi, yung fear ko na anong mangyayari sa akin, parang natatakot ako, nung namatay yung mom ko, parang first kasi, na-experience ko ng death yon. So, yung namatay yung mom ko, natatakot ako na baka mamatay na rin ako eventually. Ganon. So, kailan kaya ako mamamatay? Parang natatakot ako lumabas ng bahay, baka masagasaan ako. Alam mo yung ganon? Natatakot ako pumunti ng palengke, baka magkaroon ng mga whatever, bomba or ano ba. So, yung mga ganon. So, tas ayoko patayin yung ilaw. Gusto ko, nakasindi lang siya. Ganon. Kasi natatakot ako pag in-off ko yung ilaw, anong mangyayari? Alam mo yung ganon? So, yung cause ng fear ko is actually, yun nga, nasanay kasi ako na nandiyan yung mom ko lagi. Because we were together since I was young, hanggang sa adult na ako. We lived together. So yung fear ko is, yung cause nun is yung, wala na kasi yung loss ko sa mom ko. So you have to find out your fear, okay? And then you have to question your fear if valid ba yung fear mo, Kyle? Kasi baka mamaya yung fear mo, ano lang yun, masosolve mo eh. Diba? Masosolve mo yung fear mo eh. So, also, you have to learn to accept mga failures sa life natin. Kaya din tayo nagkakaroon ng fear kasi natatakot tayo ma-reject. Diba? Natatakot tayo ma-disappoint yung client, mga ganun. So, you have to understand that shit happens. Sorry, pwede pa to dito? So, you have to understand that sometimes life will, you will mess up. Okay? And that's fine. Okay? You have to accept na failure will be your tuition to your success. Okay? Kasi hindi ka magiging successful, wala kang mga lessons na nalalearn kung hindi ka magkakaroon ng failure. Alright? So, yeah. And then, of course, as Candice said, you have to surrender din eh. You have to surrender minsan. You have to be, to quiet your mind. So, you know, alam mo yung parang medyo, yung sa mga sinasabi nila sa meditation, you have to practice mindfulness. Diba? You have to calm or quiet your mind. Kasi baka mamaya mga noises lang yan sa mind mo na hindi naman talaga siya totoo. Or yun nga, ito yung sinabi ko, pwede mo siya gawan ng paraan. Alright. Tama ba, Candice?
Yes. So, thank you, Kyle, for your comment. Also, thank you din to Maria, Juana. Sabi niya, thank you, Miss Margaret and Candice, my one step to my freelance journey. We really hope that in a way we helped you and everything that we presented to you right now are going to be helpful in your freelance journey. And also we thank Milna and her team for inviting us to be here with you guys. So, shameless plugging lang din. You can also learn other tips about the mindset of a successful freelancer in our podcast. Yeah. So, that's it.
So, yan. So, that's it, guys. Wala na bang question, Candice? No?
Yeah. Wala na ako nakikita.
So, I think I should stop this na, no? All right. Mm-hmm. Okay na ba?
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, that's it. Thank you, everyone.
All right. Thank you, guys. And keep in touch. Yes. If my questions kayo, just comment down below and we'll go visit this group from time to time para mag-answer kami. All right. Mm-hmm. Thanks once again, Milna and Juna. Thank you so much for assisting us.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.